कीजिए मीटिंग मीटिंग, खेलिए मीटिंग मीटिंग, करते रहिए मीटिंग मीटिंग, आल हुआ मीटिंग।
When a show takes you round and round in the whole runtime and leaves you awestruck at the near end of the season, then it is surely something a strategy to keep the viewers hooked so that they will tune into next season with same enthusiasm as well. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into Cine Samvad. The third season of the most anticipated and loved show on Amazon Prime has finally arrived, and I am here and eager to discuss the good, bad, and few noteworthy aspects of the season. So, very first reaction that I want to tell you guys about this season is that the battle for the strongest and most worthy for the throne is continued in this season. But this is much more of a mafia political drama instead of a ruthless action series. It has much less strength to keep the audiences hooked as compared to its previous two seasons, and it constantly swings between the chaos and confusions with the majority of the characters. The season wraps up with a shocking turn of events that will surely leave audiences wanting for more. The premise of this season starts right where the previous season ended, where Munna Tripathi is dead and Sharat Shukla has saved Kalin Bhaiya's life. Guddu Pandit and Golu, after their revenge on Munna, focuses to solidify their grip on the throne of Mirzapur and control over whole of Purvanchal. After Kalin Bhaiya is gone, in the eyes of whole Purvanchal, the battle to become the Bahubali of Mirzapur, led between Guddu Pandit and Sharat Shukla, where Guddu tries to use brain with brawl in this season with the help of Golu, and Sharad tries to make his alliances stronger with each and everyone in the region, including CM Madhuri Yadav. Also, Tyagis are under the revenge mode from Golu and as well as mourning for their dead son. Season 3 swings between strategizing for the power and the bloodshed as well, where everyone has their ulterior motives and who rules over as the Bahubali of Mirzapur is the basic plot of this season. Now turning to my review of the season of Mirzapur, so I think with the blend and motives of so many characters in the plays and situations, you surely need to revisit the previous two seasons to understand and revise the intensity of the rivalries between each character. This season focuses more on the power and the throne and less on the business side. This is purely a political battle of all the Bahubalis in the state, and most importantly, it is the rivalry between Sharat Shukla and Guddu Pandit for the throne. The early episodes of this season really set this tone, where Guddu now has to use his brain along with the violence to outperform Sharat Shukla, where Guddu Pandit and Golu are denied to claim their rule on Mirzapur by Sharad because the body of Kalin Bhaiya is still not found, where Sharat Shukla has now teamed up with Kalin Bhaiya and CM Madhuri Yadav. The plot of the season is quite complicated as compared to the previous seasons, as this focus on the mind rather than brawls, which earlier was the highlight of the show. Every character has their ulterior motives, be it the power or revenge. Madhuri Yadav, as newly appointed CM, has a score to settle with Guddu Pandit for the death of Munna Tripathi and takes certain steps to eliminate Guddu in the initial episodes as well. Kalin Bhaiya's wife Veena Tripathi, who has apparently conspired in the killing of Munna Tripathi, now aims to protect her son from every danger and aspired to claim the throne of Mirzapur as well. Guddu's father Ramakant Pandit is in a moral dilemma to face punishment or to plead for his crime of killing SSP Maurya. Also, there is a side story of the Tyagis as well, which runs parallel to the Mirzapur story, but this does feels out of place this time, and maybe even more than the second season. In the second one, it still feels like relevant and necessary part of the story, but after the death of one of the twin of Dadda Tyagi, it is not as much intact and feels odd one out in the whole screenplay. Their relevance in the story only joins with Shatrughan's character, which is impersonating as Bharat and is adamant to take revenge on Golu due to the ways she has used him, and she is somehow responsible for the death of his twin brother as well. There is a lot much that is going on and explored in this season between families and political opposition parties, which keeps unfolding its narratives with the long 10 episodes of this season. There are so many new characters that are introduced so randomly, and the plot tries to give them as much importance to set the bar that they might play a big role in the overall narrative in the future episodes. Like a man in the jail that first appears as everyone fears him in the jail, and he's a kitchen help with Ramakant Pandit. Later, he pleads to Ramakant Pandit to help him in one case, but that narrative later fades away with little or no importance at all. So there are so many minor players that plays a part in this season and stands out as well, and they might get promoted in the next seasons now. The pace of the episodes in this season was way slower than its second season, which was arguably struggles with its less engaging screenplay, and it couldn't match with the series' very first season. The rivalry between Sharad and Guddu and Madhuri Yadav and Guddu is literally the only high point of the season, and everything just revolves around it. All this gives rise to much needed action scenes with more blood and gore. There are certain things that happens in the screenplay that halts the good and easygoing screenplay of the show, like those courtroom scenes where Ramakant Pandit tries to defend his case in pressure of his family, which ends nowhere as well in this season. So the introduction of the few of the new characters has that much screen time in the episodes that Guddu, Sharad and Golu are nowhere to be seen in the whole episode, and appears only at the end of each episode for a much needed cliffhanger. To talk about the cliffhangers after each episode with so much gore and shock value that this series provides is unmatchable, but it was somehow missing in this season, mainly in the initial episodes. The episode just ends without any much anticipation or a shock value sometimes. However, it does have those scenes which will make you stand to your seat, but not much as of it was in the previous seasons. The series really struggles to draw its viewers' attention this time, and this is such a big disappointment that this season has, mainly in its first 5-6 episodes. But after that, makers really dive into the madness mode. After few revelations that will surprise you, and episodes has the standout action scenes that will send chills within you. The series cinematography was amazing as usual, and with great production design, as most of the scenes have been shot in the real locations for much more authenticity. Mirzapur Season 3 offers the politics and brains behind the power and the throne with a blend of strong and gory violence. Its profanity, its shock value, and various twists and turns unfolds with each episode. And the woman power really shines this time, with the characters of Golu as a badass, Madhuri Yadav as CM, and Beena Tripathi as a mind brawler are the highlights of the season as well. Though the series faces an issue of slow and stretched screenplay, it still wraps up with shocking turn of events that will surely leave you craving for more. Now discussing about the direction and acting performance, then Gurmeet Singh and Anand Iyer delivered an exceptional work, exemplified once again in Season 3. They have adeptly retained the essence of Season 1, skillfully navigating all of the conflicts and capturing the unique aura of the characters on screen. The depiction of UP and Mirzapur remains authentic, seamlessly blending into a beautifully directed narrative. Acting performances wise, Ali Faisal as Guddu Pandit has done a commendable job this time, and much better than the previous seasons honestly. That power hungry attitude and the raw intensity reflected in his performance with a great level of conviction. Anjum Sharma as Sharat Shukla has shown his caliber of a great performer as well, and shows impressive contrast of tactful and strong contender of Mirzapur throne. Pankaj Tripathi as Kalin Bhaiya didn't have much to perform this time, but he has made a mark with his performance in the climax moment especially. Vijay Verma as Shatrughan Tyagi has done pretty well this time as well, but his character's relevance feels like it is not a part of Mirzapur somehow. Shweta Tripathi as Golu does justice to her role, and at first being a vulnerable woman and now a portrayal of an arc of a badass and a Bahubali of Mirzapur was so seamlessly performed by her. Isha Talwar as CM Madhuri Yadav has subtlety in her character. She has provided that restraint in her character that was required. Rasika Duggal as Beena Tripathi was once again in her element and performed those cunning acts quite easily with her performance. Now, turning to the marks of this season of Mirzapur, so I would give this one an honest 7 out of 10. I think that this season surely drives its audiences on a trip that is very much engaging majorly. But there are few lags in the screenplay that make the viewers feel disconnected for a particular time. Due to its slow pacing in the initial episodes mainly really tests the patience of audiences. But in the later episodes, the story does reach an interesting part that leads to a shocking yet unpredictable climax.
मौका है लोगों को बताने का कालीन भैया कौन और गुड्डू पंडित ऑन.
So that concludes my review and few thoughts on Mirzapur season 3. This series delves deep into the gritty lives of Bahubalis in the state and weaving a narrative that showcases their dark world. With all its action-packed and shocking elements, the series sets the stage for its next season. You too, please share your thoughts in the comment section of the video on the third season of Mirzapur and let's have a healthy discussion around it. Also, if you have enjoyed this review, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content ahead. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at CineSamvad for short reviews and many more cinematic insights. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next one. Cheers.